Hi guys. So, I'm tired of waiting for the perfect location or perfect lighting or perfect moment or perfect back sound. It's been almost 3 years since I was supposed to start this. I was supposed to. Nothing is supposed to happen unless it does. But I've been postponing it for almost 3 years, and I wanna test the the waters. I wanna see if I have something to say. I mean, I know I do, but I also have to know how to get it through. So as a watcher on the other side, I actually am very curious because curiosity is my number one trait. I'm always very curious to watch my friends, or at least the people I know, vlogging or recording themselves, to see what they have to say, to see what they were capable of recording or of editing. For one thing, I have to say is that I'm not capable of editing. I'm not going to get myself into editing. So that means I'm left with just talking and maybe just preparing some things around me that I can either push a button or show you some props. So for now, this is going to limit me a lot, but also at least it gives me a lot of time that I don't spend or waste editing, which I don't even know how to yet. I don't know if I'll ever get into this, but I have too many other passions. So yeah, they're waiting. um, One thing is that my kids ask me to come on in and say hi to you all. And I'm a mother that who doesn't know how to say no to their kids, to her kids. So I couldn't say no to them. The mung beans sprouts insisted that they say hi to you. I told them it's not as exciting as it sounds. They insisted, so here they are. Okay, guys, say hi. They are like 4 days old. And of course, Durian the dinosaur just insisted to protect them and come in as well. You can see him enjoying. Yeah, this was this was like the sponsor the sponsor moment, sponsored by Mang Beans Sprouts. One thing that I mean, the main first subject I want to talk to you about is actually want to talk to myself about it. I'm just recording myself talking to myself, and if you happen to watch it and you find it interesting, then good for you. If not, I mean, I'm not using anybody's. I'm not forcing anyone to watch this or to subscribe or to believe. I'm already tired from just the introduction. So, the main subject I want to talk to you about is small victories, because I meet or encounter this issue. It's not actually an issue, but I mean, you can turn it into an issue if you don't pay attention. We, as humans, win so many small battles that we, before, we thought we would never be capable of climbing those mountains. And then we do climb, and then we just want to climb another higher mountain, and we forget, we don't take enough time to pat ourselves on the back and to reward ourselves and to be proud of our achievement, and use that pride as fuel for the everyday life. We don't even need to necessarily use it for another battle and to go on conquering another mountain, but just to enjoy and to juice it, every day, and to drink that juice and heal our fears, because we all have fears and we all have worries and we all have moments of stress. So instead of trying to calm down or solve our issues with food or with entertainment, like watching a movie and actually getting lost and not thinking about our value, because we think we have no value many times. Again, I'm talking about myself. I'm here to remind you that somewhere last week or somewhere last year or somewhere last month, you achieved a thing that before haven't thought possible, and you forgot about it. You forgot how strong you actually were. You were stronger than you expected, and now, of course, you're thinking about a future challenge, and again, you think you're not going to be capable of succeeding, of tackling it. And one amazing, perfect example that I have is driving a scooter. I do have a driver's license, but I haven't really driven a car, like, in order to really practice it and get it into my DNA. I do drive a bike, although I drive. Do you say drive a bike? I am capable of biking, but even that I learned very, very late. Compared to the typical, I only learned it after my 30s. So I was already 33, I think. Jesus' age. When I finally learned how to drive a bike, thanks to my ex-boyfriend. Shout out to Elvis. In Germany. And still, I was very afraid, and I was convinced I will never be able to really drive a scooter and be comfortable, not just having to, okay, I'm able to, but I'm not comfortable in doing, or I don't get pleasure. And it took me a while. I did learn how to drive a scooter on a football field. Shout out to Jan, my first scooter driver. And then shout out to Avi, my second and final scooter teacher. So I was capable. It's really not that hard, especially if you can drive a car and a bike, to learn how to drive a scooter. But I was only capable of I thought, the key word thought, that I am only capable of doing it on a scooter, on a football field where there were no distractions, there were no accidents waiting to happen. Yeah, in one half an hour, less than half an hour, I was already capable of driving around. But the challenge actually came when I had to go from a football neutral, zero traffic participants, extra. You must understand, this is really my first vlog, and although I'm thinking I'm talking to myself, I actually do imagine you standing there watching me, so I can't stop laughing. It took me a long time until I went from the fucking football field to the actual traffic. And in Bali, it's very hard to find a road that, especially before now with Corona, of course, not much tourists, so not much traffic. But before, it was hard to find a road that didn't have people coming towards me or from behind me. And what I wanted to say is that eventually, to make the long story short, 10 minutes, okay. I wanted to say that, of course, eventually, now looking back, all those struggles, I am now a happy scooter driver that enjoys so much, because any kind of driving gives you so much freedom compared to before driving that certain vehicle, doesn't matter which one. And I feel so free when I drive, but few times do I think of the fact that, wow, Yulika, remember when you used to just imagine, just pray? I was lying in my bed, this very same bed? No, because I was living in another place 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, yeah. Because, yeah, I had kind of 1 year in Bali where I didn't drive, and then 2 years when I was independent, which sums up to almost 3 years in Southeast Asia. And I was lying in bed and I was imagining, wow, God, I was talking to, the higher forces. If only I could drive a scooter, that's the only thing I want in life, then I can die, just let me drive a scooter, let me have this power, let me conquer this, because I felt like, first of all, I was dependent on other people, which I hate, and also I knew, like, so many people, like kids are doing it, here in Bali or in Southeast Asia in general, like kids have to do it from such an early age. I mean, I think even 6, I don't know for sure, but you can see small kids without a helmet even driving as if it's their second nature. And I felt like I know it's possible. I know it's not easy, and I know it's all in my brain. That's a story for another time, how our brain is actually making anything possible or impossible, making it seem impossible. But what I want to talk now, and you understood already, is the fact that we do not spend enough time juicing the wins that we have. Maybe small, maybe it may seem small in hindsight, or I don't know. Even, I don't know now, but I remember the first time I felt like this was when my father was trying to teach me how to light the stove. And it was exactly like now. I remember thinking when he was teaching me, and I felt like it's so dangerous and it's so hard and it's so difficult to do. And my brain told me, you'll never be able to do this. Let's say that's rooted in the way I was brought up, but that's not important now again. What I wanted to say is that we sometimes find things so impossible to conquer and to achieve and to learn. And then after we finally manage to do it, it only takes probably a month, or no, less than a month, like a week or a few days of gloating in that victory, and we soon forget about it, and we make room for another fear and another worry of another peak to conquer, and we are concentrating on that and on our possible incapability of conquering that peak, instead of also still enjoying and praising ourselves for the many small wins and victories that we already had. And it's like I was given, but actually I gave myself the huge miracle and freedom of riding a scooter, and I didn't thank myself enough. I really didn't, and I should remind myself every day that I did that in a way. I could have not done it, because there is a possibility where you insist on going into, incapable victimhood and making it seem so difficult, and making it taking, you know how we say in Romanian, embracing the no. And sometimes it's more comfortable embracing the no scenario, instead of realizing that you are able, you are capable, and little by little, even if it's, let's say, shameful that you have to, I mean, you feel shame. It's not shameful, but you do feel shame if you feel, like a beginner in front of someone else who's trying to teach you. And I did feel like crying and like lame and retarded when I first tried to start and drive a scooter. And I overcame that because I had two amazing teachers that are now my top two best friends, which is Jan and Avi. And I was lucky also. I mean, I was lucky, but I also, we all have in our gut the instinct of choosing great teachers. Because, yeah, I feel like if we just, close our eyes in a way, metaphorically, and we know who can lead us towards, a peak or a conquest. And besides a drop of luck, I knew that these people will, because I felt already comfortable. I felt myself in their presence, and they really helped me a lot, and I helped myself a lot. And this video is just a reminder to you that you already have this kind of victories in your CV. You just have to remind yourself of them, and see that you in a way didn't hold a lit candle long enough for those victories. And you should light that candle again, and celebrate one of your last victories, or on one victory that you thought impossible at one point in your life. It may be a victory that doesn't look like a victory. It may be a divorce. It may be let's say, how do you say when you abandon a job place? I want to resign. Resignation. It may be, moving from one apartment to another. It may be forgiving one of your parents. It may be getting over someone loved, someone's death. It may be giving birth, because this is probably horribly daunting and horribly stressful, and you think like, I'm never going to be able to do it like other women did it. And I'm sure many friends and many of you watching that went through childbirth many times remember the disadvantages or the little failures that came with that birth, instead of thinking, oh my God, I went through it and I have a healthy child, and I keep forgetting that I'm such a winner, and we all are, because it's hard to have a conscience. And that's what we have to live with. I mean, we have been given this gift that actually makes our lives so much harder, and the more conscious we are, the harder it is to carry this luggage and baggage. And we have so many thoughts, especially as us women. We have so many thoughts circling per minute, per second, and it's hard to choose the ones that really deserve our attention. And I think one that deserves our attention, that is not even in our the daily circle anymore, is the wins, the little wins that we achieved. And I should end it here because I don't know if I'm going to be able to save, post, edit, not edit, like edit, meaning like sending it from my phone to the laptop. And I know one thing I did wrong is that I recorded it in vertical position, or however you call it, which means I'd probably have to post it on stories rather than YouTube vlog. But I do want this to be my first vlog because I finally do it. And this is one of my small wins. I'm finally recording the first episode of my wannabe vlog 3 years in, because I intended, and I was being suggested by many friends to start a vlog when I first left for Bali. And 3 years in, 3 years later, I'm finally finding the will to just do it, you know, even if I don't necessarily feel professional or like far from that, or interesting, or I just share from. And that's actually what I want to do in general in this series. I want to share things that help me. I want to share things that I've learned. I'm not saying necessarily that they are worthy of your time. Many of you might already know what I have to say and might find me annoying, which is also maybe a reason to keep watching, because many times I watch people who annoy me, let's be honest. So you can continue to hate watch me. And maybe you can find some nice reminders and some inspiration and some, I don't know, good energy for sure, because that's what that's what's oh my goodness, did I lose all of you? I'm also planning on doing some lives, which will be the real getting out of my comfort zone. And also the English, you know, I mean, I've been talking and even teaching English for so many years, but still, when it comes to knowing I'm in front of the camera, or that I'm in front of a native speaker, sometimes I just lose my cool. One other thing that I wish I could share with you is the smell of this amazing mango. Maybe it doesn't look like much, but believe me, it's just in this embryo shape. It's amazing, really. I really wish I could share with you the smell of this amazingness, which was not only like, it's not only here and smelling amazing and sweetening my day, but it was a gift from my landlady, amazing landlady, for the full moon, because they always do special ceremonies and offerings for full moon every month here. So yeah, this is Bali. Thank you for watching and for being here for my first ever vlog.